forward Evan Rodriguez and junior forward Danny O'Regan. Coach, when you're ready, if you could just start us off with an opening statement about today's game.
Well, first of all, what a hockey game, and I'd like to congratulate Yale on a great season. I mean, it's no mystery why they're in this tournament. They play as hard as anyone we've played against. They've got a great goalie, and it really was everything we thought it was going to be. We knew it would probably come down to a one-goal game, possibility of overtime. But I think this game, in a lot of ways, is a microcosm of our season. I thought we looked a little nervous early, and give a lot of credit to Yale for the way we played early, because I thought they were on their A game. They were just a half a step quicker, winning a lot of battles. And then it was funny, you know, once they went up 1-0, I thought we just started playing better. It was almost like the pressure was off. We're a lot more comfortable being down than we are ahead for some strange reason. And I just thought after that we started playing. And, you know, I thought for the most part early in the game, I thought our defense were backing off quite a bit. They weren't involved in the offense. We were turning pucks over. Well, again, give Yale a lot of credit. They've got great sticks. They're quick on loose pucks. But I really felt like after we went down 1-0, I thought we started playing. And it was almost like there was a little bit of a relief. And the pressure's off for some strange reason. Don't ask me why. And I thought after that, I thought we played the way we needed to play. I thought we, you know, in the second period, we didn't have a shot in between the hash marks. And you're not beating anybody, let alone Yale, if you're going to play that way. And then in the third period, I thought the last 3 or 4 minutes we did a good job in the second period. And then the third period, I thought we, you know, did all the things we needed to do. I thought we did the things we did against Merrimack and Lowell, and you know we got rewarded for it. And you know, to get the goal in the fashion that we did, you know, our D got involved offensively. Summerby makes a great play on the overtime goal, pinches in, keeps the puck alive. Jack backs him up. You know, Evan and Danny get to the net front. Jack gets a puck to the net, and Danny gets a rebound overtime goal, and we've seen that movie before. So just an unbelievable game. Again, a microcosm of our season in many ways. And we're just fortunate and excited about playing again tomorrow night.
Thanks, Coach. Questions for the student athletes?
Mike Magnet, College Hockey News. I just wanted to ask the guys if you could kind of give your perspective on what your coach said about once Yale scored to make it 1-0 and the way you guys played and seemed to react to that.
I think we were a little tense until they scored, and I think once we got down, it was kind of like there's nothing to hold back for. You kind of hold your stick a little bit looser, and we knew that we had to score to move on and to win the game. So I think when they scored, we kind of just got back to our game and started doing the things that we do on a consistent basis.
Julie Robenheimer, HockeyBuzz.com. Guys, can you talk a little bit about the intensity of the first period? It seemed like it was a track meet. You guys were back checking, and it was just back and forth action.
Yeah, it was. I think we definitely came out a little nervous. You know, not a lot of guys on our team have been to the tournament before, and you know, I think we kind of showed it. We were definitely a little tense and giving up a lot of breaks. You know, odd man rushes, like you said. And really uncharacteristic of us, but you know, once we settled down, I think you know we showed we could get that out of our game. We were much better.
Scott Weigert, U.S. College Hockey Online. Danny, scoring chances were hard to come by for much of that game, and overtime that fat rebound comes right in your stick. Did you have a chance to even think about worrying that you might miss it somehow?
You know, the way the game was going, I thought I could have, you know, put it over the net maybe, but you know, I definitely had a bunch of chances early, and the goalie kind of had my number. I think I caught a post, but that net was just pretty gaping, and you know, I got a lucky bounce for once, so it was a nice open net for me.
Scott McLaughlin, WEI. When you guys were playing in the Bean Pod, your coach talked a little bit about, you know, some nerves there on that kind of big stage, and now there's some here. What does it say about this team to be able to overcome that and finish the game so strong?
Well, I think we're just young. We're one of the youngest teams in college hockey, and playing at this big stage, takes guys maybe a few extra minutes to kind of get into the game and kind of relax themselves. But I think we've done a good job of being able to kind of relax as the game goes on, and like I said earlier, just play our game. It's obviously it's something we don't like to do. We like to start off right from the get-go, but it showed we've had these kind of comebacks all throughout the year, and I think we've done a good job in coming back.
Nancy Marapies, Boston Globe. You guys, we've talked a lot about the third period and how you guys have been able to play and what you've been able to do, which is kind of crazy. But even we were joking that when it was down 1-0, we were like, "Oh, they got them right where they want them." But I mean, is there any way to explain what you guys have been able to accomplish in the third period this season?
Just shows our resilience, and when we do the right things and work hard and make simple plays, we happen to do it in the third, I guess, more often, but it ends up working out for us. And this late in the season, hockey's playoffs, and now this tournament, we're down late in the game, and I know it was in my head, and I'm sure it was in a bunch of guys' heads. We don't want this to be the last game we play together, especially for our seniors, and we just didn't want it to end. So I think we really turned up the motivation.
Chris Pichet, WTVU Radio. Danny, you've had so many rebound goals in big situations this year. Talking about your ability to just get to the front of the net, and is it puck luck or is it just being able to have the good instincts going to the cage?
I think it's a little bit of both. I play with two really skilled players who know how to create chances, and they usually get a lot of pucks to the net, so it's not a bad place to go. I usually get a few bounces every game and sometimes capitalize on them. But that one I guess is just a combination of coach was harping on it, just get to the net, good things will happen, and I was able to catch a lucky bounce.
Mike Macknick again, College Hockey News. I'll ask Danny, when you guys weren't playing as well earlier in the game, I mean, there was a possibility you could have gone down by, I guess, more than a goal. Matt O'Connor bailed you guys out a few times. How did you feel about his play tonight?
Yeah, he's been unbelievable all year, and just like you said, he's just been keeping us in games, especially of late. They have an odd-man rush. It's almost like we don't even get worried, really, when they got a 2-on-1, and he comes up with a nice glove save out of nowhere. But he's just been so solid back there, and which we all trust him so much. We almost take advantage of it sometimes, maybe stepping up a little too much. I don't know what it is, but he's been unbelievable, and just been a brick wall for us.
Take a couple more for the student athletes if you have. All right, thank you guys. All right, if you didn't cover it all in the opening statement and you have questions for Coach Quinn, we'll take those now.
Jeff Cox, SB Nation. Coach, on a night where some of your freshmen might have had a little nerves, how important was it to have guys like Rodriguez, O'Regan, and Grizzly have such good nights and be such an integral part of the win?
Well, that's always important. That's what kind of gets lost in the success we've had this season. As Evan alluded to, we are the youngest team in college hockey. And again, because of our record, I think people at times can lose sight of that. But one of the reasons we've been able to overcome our slow starts, why we've had great third periods, why we've had the season we've had, is because of our leadership. And I'm not just talking about our four seniors. I mean, our juniors and sophomores have assumed a leadership role, and it's kind of got contagious throughout the roster. It's just, we never think we're out of it. Nancy jokingly said that we had them right where we wanted them, and it really was, eerie the way the feeling kind of changed on the bench when we got down to 1-0. It was just, everybody seemed to be a little bit looser, and we started doing the things we need to do if we're going to generate offense and have some of the success we've had throughout the season. So, without question, those guys are pivotal to our success. They have really set the tone for our season. They embraced a big freshman class, and I've said this before, we are a true team, and that certainly plays a large part to how our returning players accepted the freshmen.
Scott McLaughlin, WEI. Even after your team started playing better, there were a couple instances that could have kind of killed your momentum. You go up 2-1, they come right back and make it 2-2. You get a couple power plays, you don't score. What does it say about your team that they didn't let that deflate them and they just kept coming?
At this time of year, you're not going to spend 60 minutes in the offensive zone. You're playing good hockey teams, and you're going to have to weather a storm. You're going to have to, fight through a difficult shift. I thought we did a good job of that. Obviously, our power play goes over 7. That hasn't happened very often this year. Give them a lot of credit. I thought they did a great job killing penalties. Their goalie obviously was a big part of that. They do a great job with their sticks. They make you earn every inch of ice. But again, no matter what the hump is, we seem to overcome it so far this year, and we're probably going to have a few bumps in the road tomorrow night's game, no matter who our opponent is. That's the way it's going to be from here on in. And in college hockey, that's usually the way it is night in and night out.
Mike Magna, College Hockey News. David, you've been a team this year that I see a lot of similarities to the 09 BU team, and that team was able to win almost any kind of game, high-scoring games, low-scoring games. Do you feel that about this club, and what makes that the case?
Well, we're similar in the fact that we're playing to get to the Frozen Four so far. I think our teams are different. That team had a big senior class. We weren't relying on 8 to 10 freshmen a night. There was a lot of experience on that team. We knew the year before that, we almost made the national tournament. We knew we had a good team. There was a lot of uncertainty going into this season. I think people are probably surprised, maybe not now, but as the season was unfolding, I think people might be surprised that we're in the situation we're in because, we were picked to finish 6th in Hockey East, and rightfully so after the year we had last year. I don't know, a lot of people probably didn't think we'd have a lot of success this season. Obviously, Jack brought a lot of attention and fair to us, but we had a lot of good returning players too. But to me, the biggest difference between this team and that team is that team had a lot more experience than this team. It was a little bit more of a veteran-laden team, whereas this team, obviously, we rely on a lot of freshmen.
John Powers, Boston Globe, David. And when you look at the draw, you see a Yale team, a bunch of those guys have rings. They get in through the back door 2 years ago. You guys get them into the tournament by winning.
Right.
What went through your mind when you said,
I said this to the team, you could, I'm sure it happens in all the other sports. You get your draw in the NCAA tournament and you think, oh God, why are we here? Why are we playing that team? That's just, we got screwed. Everybody says that. It's just, you just got to play. You're in the national tournament. You're playing good hockey teams. You can't sit there and try to figure out why you're playing, who you're playing, and where you're playing. You just got to show up and play the hockey game. And it's I could hear some of the mumblings after the selection show. So our guys are no different than everybody else. 18-year-olds always think that someone's trying to screw them. So our guys are no different.
Ryan Lambert, Yahoo Sports. I just wanted to know, what you thought what you thought the difference was that Yale was doing to kind of prevent you guys from getting long zone time and getting chances at the front of the net.
Well, they were playing quicker than we were. They were more physical than we were. And they looked, they were winning more battles. And I know that may be simplistic, but that's the truth. And we looked nervous, that's like Evan talked about and Danny talked about. We are the youngest team in college hockey. And, I know we've been in some pressure situations throughout the last month, but never in a situation where if you lose, your season's over. We played the Beanpot Championship, and that's an exciting, pressure-filled game, but you're going to play another game. We play the Hockey East semifinals and finals. Those are pressure situations, but you're going to play another game. This is a whole new ball game. And, I think it really showed early. And again, I just, it says an awful lot about a team when you can play as poorly as we did. And again, I don't want to discredit Yale because one of the reasons we weren't playing well is because they were playing well. But to be able to turn it on like we did, says an awful lot about our mental toughness.
Any final questions for Coach Quinn? All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you.